I'm Anil Kumar. Welcome to my series on trigonometry. We are doing extended exam review. I've selected some excellent questions for you to review, and I hope their solution will help you prepare for the test. Here's a brilliant question which is extremely difficult to solve. I'd like you to pause the video, understand the question, solve, and then look into my suggestions. We are given a circle O of radius r with diameter AD. So that's the diameter AD, center O, radius r. Relate the radius r with P and Q. While P is the segment from C to D, Q is AB and BC. Both chords are of equal length. So the first part is to relate R with P and Q. Second part is find R if P equals to 14 centimeter and Q is equal to 6 centimeters. So given some values of P and Q, once you relate them, you can always find the value of R. So it is a question which involves general solution for this kind of excellent questions. So let us see what kind of concepts we can use to solve this kind of question. We understand that same chords will give you the same angle also. So let me join point B and D. So if I join point B and D, in that case, I can say that if this angle here is theta, then the other angle will also be theta. Correct? Since we have the same chords, right? Same arc. Now, here we have a semicircle. That means if I form a triangle connecting C with A, so let me connect C with A. In that case, we do form a right angle triangle. Now that should help you to relate P and R, right, with, with the angle theta. So it's a trigonometry based question. Second, we also see that now in the triangle ACD, which is a right angle triangle, the angle at D is 2 theta. So we might use the angle 2 theta formulas. You may specifically utilize some of them. One will be cos 2 theta, which could be written as 2 cos square theta minus 1, or it could be written as 1 minus 2 sine square theta. So that could be one of the formulas which you could use. So that is a good hint for you. So this is kind of a hint which has been provided. I hope now it should be simpler for you to solve the question. Now let's look into the solution. So we'll do the construction as done here. Now let's consider the triangle, which is a right triangle ACD, where we have angle C, which is angle ACD, is basically equal to 90 degrees, since this is in semicircle. Now, if you look from the 2 theta angle point of view, then the side P is the adjacent side and AD is hypotenuse. So we can say cos of 2 theta is basically equal to P over twice R. Since this is R, the other one is also R, is equals to P over twice R. So that is one relation we get. Now, if I make another triangle here, which is, let's consider now the triangle BAD, right? So let me say ABD. Now, if I consider the triangle ABD, which is right there, that is also in the semicircle, and therefore that is also going to be a right angle triangle. So here we have angle ABD equals to 90 degrees. So if you look at it from this theta angle, in that case, we can say that the opposite side, which is QAB is the opposite side of angle theta and the hypotenuse is 2r. So we can say in this case that sine theta is equal to Q over 2r. So from here we get a relation between P, R and Q with theta. Now that should help us to simplify and write down a relation between P, Q and R, right? So as I was saying, we could use this cos 2 theta as equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. We know what is cos 2 theta. Let me highlight. So we got cos 2 theta as P over 2R and we have sine theta as Q over 2R. So that gives you the connection between these formulas, correct? So in this particular formula, which is cos 2 theta equals 1 minus 2 sine square theta, cos 2 theta is P over 2R, right? Let's take it to the next page and we'll solve that. So we had this relation that cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. And cos 2 theta is looking from this angle and we're talking about the bigger triangle. So in this case, cos 2 theta is P over 2R. So we can write this as P over 2R equals to 1 minus 2 times sine square theta. Theta was the angle which connects point B with D, right? So theta is the angle which connects point B with D. So that angle is theta for us. So sine theta basically is equal to the opposite side, which is Q here, right, over 2R. And that is, we need to square this. So that is how you could relate them. So we could actually simplify this and then find the relation. So it is P over 2R equals to 1 minus 2 times Q square over 4R square. Now, multiplying by 4R squared, all the terms, we could get here 2R times P, right? So we multiply by 4R squared. So we get 2RP here, plus we get 4R squared here, and we get minus. We could have cancelled 2 also, 2Q squared, correct? Now we can actually divide all the terms by 2 and get our relation. So let me do it on the right side. So dividing by 2, we get Rp equals to 2R squared minus Q squared. Now we can take Rp to the right side. So we get 2R squared minus R times P of PR minus Q squared equals to 0. So that is a relation which we are looking forward to. So this actually relates the terms R, P, and Q. Does make sense to you, right? So that is how we can relate them. So we have 2R squared minus RP, or you can write PR, either way. So let's rewrite this. We can write this as 2R squared. We're taking R as our radius times P times R minus Q square equals to 0. So we have a quadratic equation in R just there, and that should help us to solve such questions in general, correct? So we'll now do part B, which is find R if P equals to 14, Q equals to 6. So we can substitute P and Q as equal to 14 and 6 and then solve for R, right? So let's move on to a fresh page. So the equation is 2R squared minus PR, 2R squared minus PR minus Q squared equals to 0, right? So that is the equation. 2R squared minus PR minus Q squared equals to 0. Now in this equation, we are going to substitute the value of P as 14 and value of Q as 6. And we can always find the value of R. So we get 2 times r square minus p is 14r and q is 6. So it is 6 square equals to 0. So we can divide by, let's rewrite this, 14r minus 36. Now we will divide by 0 by 2. So we get r square minus 7r minus 18 equals to 0. So 18 is 9 times 2. So I could write this as r minus 9 times r plus 2 equals to 0. And from here, we clearly get our answer, r equals to 9. Since the units are centimeters, we can write centimeters. And so that becomes our answer to the given question, right? So we can say that the radius is equals to 9 centimeter for P equals to 14 centimeter and Q equals to 6 centimeters. Is that clear to you? So that is how we are going to solve such a question. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to write a comment, share your views, and if you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your time and all the best.